Life is changing for the better in the impoverished communities in and around Buffelsdraai in northern Kwazulu Natal. Golfing icon Gary Player, together with special guests of the Gary Player Invitational, which included football legend Lucas Radebe, visited the community recently together with the Wildlands Conservation Trust to highlight the sterling work done by the green and waste-preneurs in changing the environment for the better. The Wildlands Conservation Trust uplifts rural and peri-urban communities through the creation of green jobs for the poor and restores the natural environment of these communities.
She was one of our first facilitators, but she's also a super grower in her own right. You can chat to her and ask her all the things that she's paid for with trees, but they range from an extension on a house through to a driver's license, as simple examples. Okay. But more importantly, it represents this restoration of 650 hectares of degraded land. And we don't look at it that way.
One of its successes is a waste-preneur program, which sees members of the community barter their recycling in exchange for bicycles, building materials, school fees and food.
This initiative makes a huge difference to the community, especially for those who were poor. What we've realized within the community when we start the project, people were focusing on food, but now it's changing because they are doing other things like food, like bicycles, like school fees, like building materials. So it's improving them.
Gary Player, as well as Coca-Cola, the presenting sponsor of the Gary Player Invitational, rewarded the society's top 10 waste-preneurs, presenting them with bicycles after meeting their target of each collecting 3,000 kilograms of recyclable waste.
And these people and their sons helped to make South Africa one of the greatest countries in the world. And a lot of people will be playing golf, which they might not know much about. They'll be playing golf this week, and from that we're going to make money to continue to help.
The Wildlands Conservation Trust was this year's beneficiary of the premier charity sporting affair, the Gary Player Invitational. In its 12th playing of the event this year, the golfing charity event saw professional golfers from the PGA and Champions Tours, celebrities and leading businessmen from around the world enjoying a round of golf at the Zimbali Country Club to raise funds for the charities.
It was an incredible experience, and one of the things that worry me in South Africa or about anywhere when you see litter just being thrown in the streets. And here was a living example that these black women, elderly women, were in this area picking up garbage, picking up rubbish, picking up bottles to be recycled, and were making an opportunity for their children. Scarred areas on the mountain, they're in there hoeing and digging and planting these trees, and they know every time they plant a tree they get some money. And so we've got to create jobs. And so I say to Coca-Cola, for coming up with that particular charity for this event is something special. And to see their faces when they got a bicycle and when they got a jacket, what it meant. And so God bless them, because this is such a great country. But we've all got to do something to make it and hold it as a great country.
To date, the GPI South Africa has raised more than 25 million rand, with the popular gala auction dinner drawing more than half of the over 2 million raised this year.